And welcome back, YouTube. It is still June 2nd, 2022, Saturday night. It's 10:53 p.m. So the shift I took at Amazon, somebody, I don't know if it was an HR mistake, probably some kind of HR mistake, but yeah, the shift got put in incorrectly. I've never worked day shift before, so I don't really know, like what the normal hours are. And it did strike me as odd that it was, that it said 5.5 hours as opposed to 5 hours, because it was my understanding that, full shifts are consistently 10 hours and half shifts are consistently 5 hours, but whatever, it's in the app, I took it. So yeah, they had me scheduled from 1 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. and I got there at 1. I got in and everything went, after the end of the last video, everything went fine. I did waste more time talking in my car than I really should have at the end of it, but I'm glad I got all that out. I really am. Anyway, what was I going to say? So it was to work, as far as I can tell. Like I only saw one familiar person when I went in, because like I said, I've never been there during day shift. But yeah, as I walked by HR, like right when you come in the front entrance, one of the women that was working there I'm super familiar with. So, and she knows me. So I walked, after I clocked in, I got there, I walked in the building, it was like 12:55-ish, so I just clocked in immediately. And I walked over and talked to her and asked her, hey, can you look it up? Because I'm not even really sure where I'm supposed to go. And she was surprised to see me in the daytime as well, but it was anyway, I was glad to see a familiar face, But anyway, she said that they don't show that on their computer anymore. She's like, well, it would have been in your app when you... I pulled up the app to show it to her. It didn't even occur to her that the hours of the shift were odd. And, of course, I didn't know anything about that. I was just looking to see if it said what department I was supposed to be working in. And she said that, yeah, her screen didn't used to show that, but it doesn't show it anymore. And then I showed her in the app where it showed that I had taken the shift, but it didn't say a designation of like what the shift was, like where the shift was in the building. And she's like, well, it would have said that when you before you accepted the shift. And I'm like, oh, it did. I just, I don't remember, and I didn't take a screenshot of it or anything. And she goes, oh. I said, I just remember that normally if I take a shift, it has to say inbound, and it said something different. That's all I remember. And she's like, oh. I said, well, I'm not worried. I said, well, I'm not too worried about it. I said, I'm just going to go over to that department, and if they don't need me, I'll head over to inbound. I said, I'm here. I'm scheduled. Somebody's going to put me to work. And she just laughed, and told me, well, enjoy. So anyway, I went over there, and it took me a little while to find a manager in that in the department where I did the totes on Wednesday night. But yeah, I did. Which I found another woman that had like a trainer vest, and she said that I needed to wait for a particular PA. And of course, I don't know anybody. She said a name, but I don't know anybody's name. It was kind of funny too, like for me, kind of mentally, because I'm seeing so many people that look familiar. I mean, keep in mind, my vision is bad, so everybody's kind of blurry these days, So I'm seeing people that look familiar, and of course, everybody's got to say the familiar safety vest on, and then I. As I get close, I realize, nope, I don't know that person. And my mind keeps trying to make me think, oh, this is this person and this is that person. But then, when I get close enough to really see them closer, it's like, no, I'm not seeing anybody familiar here. Anyway, I had a great time working. I actually did the tote thing, but I did it at a different loading zone and a different dock, a different single dock. I'm convinced that's where, at this point, I'm reasonably convinced that's where Miguel was working on Wednesday night. Because I asked him at one point, like, it was just having so much trouble keeping up with all the people coming for totes. And then I had asked him, hey, where's he came over to help me a little bit. And I had asked him, it's like, hey, what did you do to stop him coming in so fast? And he goes, oh, I did the buffer over that way. And he pointed, and I looked, and I didn't see a buffer, and I didn't really inquire anymore because I felt like I had already kind of overwhelmed him with too many questions. I have a bad habit of doing that when because I just want to know. I want to know. And I tend to ask kind of detailed questions. And I know it's overbearing for some people, and I can tell Miguel's a cool guy, and he always, I think he likes me. He seems to get along with me, but yeah, he just didn't seem to he seemed to just kind of want to be in his own space, which was fine. I appreciated him coming over and helping me for a little bit. And so anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty convinced that's the area he was working in, and what he was talking about is where I was. Completely different setup. I forget how many totes that loading zone holds, but it is huge. I want to say it's probably more totes than the other 4 loading zones that I was working on Wednesday night put together. But the downside of that is I can't have part of it open and then part of it not open. So it's what was I going to say? So it's, so I kind of get where, and I notice people will come and empty from it, the water spiders from different departments. Probably ones that are coming from departments where that one's closer than the other buffers, because it's in a kind of completely different, it's like in a separated area. It's kind of in the same area of the bill. It's not far away, but it's just the route to it is different. But yeah, I did notice people were coming and getting from it, and then some water spiders would, once I would end up closing the gate to fill it again, they come, they see the gate was closed, and they kind of turn around and head off to the other one. So that makes sense. Anyway, that was fun. So I kind of got my wish of wishing Priscilla would go away and not be in my space at home. After work, I was a little bit tired on the forklift, towards the end of my shift. So I was really glad as I said, the hours are wrong. It said I was supposed to be working until 6:30 p.m., but day shift ends at 5:30 p.m. In fact, they're exactly opposite of night shift. It's the same thing of 7 to 5:30, but instead of 7 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. it's 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So, the same 10-hour block. So yeah, the second half shift should have been in the system as 12:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. 5 hours. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, I appreciated the extra half hour getting in a little bit later, but I kind of lost half hour of potential work over it, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I just kind of kept trucking. I finished the truck because I'm thinking that I'm done at 6:30. So it's probably about 5:15, and I completely finished emptying a truck. I'd filled up the giant loading zone that I had, and then there's actually more space in this particular workspace to buffer stuff outside the door of the trailer. So I completely emptied the trailer and dang near filled up all the space I could have possibly buffered in. And at that point, I'm heading back to the desk where the PA was, there was a gal that was doing TDRs, and that's the airlock, to close the, to get the trailer gone, switch the trailer out, and working the dock thing. And then so I'm trying to find either her or the PA. I ended up finding the PA first, the manager type person, and I was like, well, that's fine. I said, I guess I'll just go help. I don't know his name. He didn't speak much English, so the guy that was working in the loading zones where I was on Wednesday night. I said, well, I figure I'd just go help him, on the truck on the other side until, although I think he's kind of got stuff in the way. I don't know, what I do till that truck switched out. And she goes, well, we shut down at 5:30. I mean, it's, I don't know that you didn't need to do much more at all. And I'm like, well, what time is it? She goes, oh, it's 5:20. I'm like, oh, well, shit, I guess I should just go check my PIT in then. And PIT being a kind of a short term for forklift. I forget what PIT stands for and how you get forklift out of that, but that's a separate tragedy. Anyway, I was like, wow, okay. And I told her, I said, I'm pretty sure my app said I'm working till 6:30. She goes, well, we shut everything down at 5:30, so it was So I don't know what's up with that. I said, well, maybe I'm just confused. My bad. I said, I'm just not used to being here this time of day. And she's like, no problem. Hey, you did great work today. And she was very complimentary of like what I had done, and was actually really impressed that I had finished that truck, because I guess I started on the truck kind of late, and I guess that was a really quick time for me to finish that truck and completely empty the truck, let alone fill the buffer, or fill the loading zone with the totes. So anyway, I check in the forklift. She actually I end up turning in the forklift, and then the other guys are kind of following me with their forklifts. Kind of came in, and they all kind of checked in the same area at the same time. We walked back, and I walked back to the desk, and I showed her my app, and she's like, oh man, she goes, that's crazy. She goes, I don't know how they screwed that up. I said, it looks like an HR issue. But she ended up having to like email, either radio or email, some kind of a upper manager so they could approve me for VTO from 5:30 to 6:30, because had I just clocked out and left, since I was scheduled until 6:30, it would have killed an hour of my UPT, and God knows I can't afford to lose any UPT. I'm like, that's weird. She said, yeah, so, but at least now I know. Like, if that happens again, I know to handle that with HR as soon as I get in the building. Anyway, so as I was mentioning, I kind of got my wish of not having to deal with Priscilla being at my apartment. I got home. So yeah, left Amazon pretty much right at 5:30. Got home a little after 6. And man, I was drowsy on the ride home. Like, part of me wanted to just go to, just start bar hopping then, but it was like, no, I'm drowsy. I just need to go home and sleep. And which is fine, because I haven't got much sleep since. Gosh, I really haven't got much sleep since Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Yeah, because Wednesday. Thursday. Wednesday night. Wait, oh God, trying to keep my days straight. Wednesday night, Thursday morning would have been the day. That I ended up staying, going to Bullock's early and wiring up the TV, and just couldn't get to sleep between Priscilla being at my place and then the lawnmowers and stuff outside my window. I just, couldn't get to sleep. Went to Bullock's, didn't get home till 2 p.m. And then Thursday evening is the night that Priscilla came in and basically woke me up early by feeling me up. And so, yeah, not much sleep on that. And I just haven't really slept well since. I did sleep really, really good, not as long of hours as I should have. And part of me is thinking, God, maybe I should just go home and go back to sleep and just try to even up my stuff. But I'm up, and I want to kind of go out anyway. And I'm super curious who this dude is that Priscilla is allegedly, according to somebody, is dating, and it gave her this bass guitar. The bass guitar is still sitting on the couch in Priscilla's nest. I haven't seen her take it out of the case once yet. Anyway, yeah, she wasn't home when I got home at about 6. I think that's her vehicle, though, right there in front of me. By the way, it's 11:06 right now. I'm pretty sure it's her vehicle there. I got a bum there on the wall. No, that's not her vehicle. It's got a front bumper. She got her front bumper fixed. No, I don't think that's her vehicle. No, it doesn't look like she's... Oh, wait. No, that looks like her vehicle right there. Oh, yeah, that's her vehicle right there. Yeah, she's here. I don't know if the dude is here, and the friend who's been telling me that told me about what her birthday party was like, and about the guy giving her, that she's been kind of looking like a couple with, and they gave her the those are designated handicap spots. That been looking like a couple with her, and they gave her the bass guitar. And she had mentioned about that guy to me a couple weeks ago as well. She said she was heading here, although she hasn't the last text message I got from her said that she wasn't here yet. I have no idea where she drives, so I don't know if she's here yet or not. I haven't got another message from her, but whatever. I'm here, going inside. Oh, wish me all luck with this. I'm not going to succumb to drama in this bar. This is my favorite hangouts. This is definitely my number one day drinking spot. First call bar, so yeah, I'll walk in, maybe sing a song, and I don't know what awaits me here, but I'm certainly ready to cut out if it looks like it's going to be an emotional situation. So, y'all wish me luck.